Your next guest on the Dr. Phil Live Show is a sweet guy. Man, I've known this guy for quite some time. He comes to you all the way from Collegeville, Pennsylvania. You've seen him on shows like Inside Amy Schumer, Louie, Better Call Saul, and his hit podcast, Taste Buds, with Sal Volcano. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Northeast Philadelphia, it's my man, Joe DeRosa! Joe DeRosa, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for him. He's here for the first time ever.
That's very nice.
Joe, good to see you.
Good to see everybody. Good to see you.
Joe, you're from here.
Yeah, born in Frankfurt originally. Yeah.
That's a fun part of town. Where the fuck is that? Is that near Lebanon? Where is that?
It's you're not far off.
What's happening in Frankfurt?
I don't think a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. But there's a train. The L train is there.
That's cool.
Yeah. And, you know, there's hoagie shops and stuff like that.
You're a big sandwich guy.
Yeah.
You have to be a sandwich guy or gal if you're from Philly, right?
Yeah.
Now,
I would say so.
You own a sandwich shop.
Philly's got the best sandwiches in the United States. I mean...
I'll put my name on that. I fucking deep-throated a meatball parm this afternoon. That shit, it was...
Chicago can go fuck itself.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
That was
we dip the beef in grape... Fuck off. It's disgusting.
Yeah, what's the Philly move? They do... So Chicago dips stuff, and Philly does what? What's their sandwich
They punch
move?
it, they fight it, they scream at it, throw batteries at it.
You're gonna make my mustache fall off. There is something about the Philly attitude that I love. As soon as I pulled up here, I mean, even our pilot was like, you know, enjoy the flight or fucking, you know, eat a dick, you know? And I was like, this guy means business, you know?
Yeah.
But,
did you know about the cross-country robot? We were just talking about this backstage. This team of scientists made a robot that was solar powered, and as an experiment, it was equipped with a sophisticated enough GPS that it was going to be able to travel from one coast of the United States to the other. And they were able to monitor it because it had cameras and whatever. And it got all the way to Philly and then went offline. And they found it destroyed on the side of the road.
oh, shit. What,
Some guy just goes, hell yeah!
It's the same guy that was fired up for a Stormy Daniels Google. Joe, that's why. Are you a big robot guy? Are you a big robot guy?
Yeah, you know.
Well, how do you hear about that story? Do you got friends that are always pimping you out to the news on robots?
It was just in the news. What do you think? I've got inside info?
Well, I
was one of the scientists. I launched the project.
You do look like one. It's the glasses, but you also have an articulate way of speaking, Joe. And that's one thing I've always been impressed with, is your ability to conduct yourself in a savvy manner. Do you know what I'm saying? Did you always know you wanted to do stand-up, or were you like just a little gay kid? Like, what did you do as a kid? When you were on the playground, were you like razzing the teachers, or were you just like playing kickball with your pants down?
No, I didn't know I wanted to do stand-up until I was in my 20s.
Oh, shit.
And the first time I ever tried it, because I was played in bands.
Yeah.
And then I got annoyed with having to deal with 4 or 5 other guys and whatever. And I thought, well, stand-up, you don't have to deal with anybody. You just go up by yourself.
Yeah.
And the first time I did it at a place called the Collegeville Brewery, and it's not there anymore. Or New Road Brewery, it was called.
It doesn't
was in
matter.
Collegeville.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I just wanted to slow this story down even more. But anyway, the first time I did
what was the weather at the time? I mean, come on.
I bombed front to back. And I got off stage and I was like, I don't think I want to do this. This is a terrible feeling. And then a kid that I hadn't seen since grade school happened to be in the audience, and he came up to me and he said, I want to talk to you, dude. I'm really fucking offended by some of the shit you said. And I was like, ooh, I want to do this forever. And that was it. That's what fueled me to keep going, was spite.
Do you remember the bit or bits that you did that really got you juiced up?
Yeah. I said I'm tired of driving behind school buses, and every time a school bus has to stop to let kids off, 8 stop signs have to come out from every side of the fucking school bus. Remember, people, we want to make sure the kids get killed only at school, not afterwards. There you go. That's the only time that ever worked. I should do it. I should do it on my new.
Bring it back. Dust it off. Try again.
Do you want to hear the first joke I ever wrote that worked?
I'm all right. Now, Joe, is there... Yeah, you can save it for a rainy day. You directed a movie called Cheat. That's what I saw on Wikipedia. I don't know that you directed. You do, again, you have the confidence of a guy that smokes a cigarette, right?
Yeah.
I know that you enjoy a cocktail from time to time.
Yes.
How do you get into directing?
Me and Bobby Kelly and Bill Burr wrote a movie called Cheat, and I said, "Can I direct it?" Because I thought I wanted to be a director at the time, and they let me. And it did okay. Did okay. The movie.
What was it about?
Was
it like based on the show Cheaters?
No, it was a heist parody. It was a heist parody. It was about a guy whose girlfriend was out of town for 12 hours, and he only had a 12-hour window to cheat on her. And he had to get past all these obstacles, and it's shot like a heist movie, like where they're planning it, and they're like, you got to get around the doorman, and then, it was fun. It was funny.
Yeah, you know how scary those doormen can be.
Well, Rich Voss played the doorman, so yeah.
Say less.
Well, that's the response I'd expect.
Four people are like, who? Now, yeah, Rich is a great guy, great comic. You meet so many people being in New York City where you're at. Have you met somebody in this business? I'm always curious because, you've done a lot. You voiced a character on Grand Theft Auto, I looked up.
Yeah.
You voiced a character named Rufus in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Boy, it should be illegal in this country, the amount of whores I've killed in Grand Theft Auto. And not on purpose. I'm just like trying to get to a CVS and they're just fucking in the way, They're like, I'll suck your dick for us. I'm like, I gotta get some fucking Diet Pepsi, bitch.
The amount of thinly veiled racist voices you've done tonight on this stage is truly impeccable. That Diddy impression was wild.
Well, I don't see color, so. Tomato, Ray Romano. Let's keep it moving. I think there's something about what you do, Joe, that gets people fired up. You make a connection with people.
I thought you meant that I irritate everybody. Yeah, because people get pissed at me a lot.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
You exude that energy, huh?
Yeah, I've been really I've been canceled a few times.
For what?
I pissed off nurses a few years ago, and they got real hot.
Well, yeah, the nurses are like the Swifties of the medical world. You don't want to fuck with them and their fucking, their needles and their...
Yeah, I did a joke about nurses, and
what was the joke?
It went viral in the bad way.
Oh, no.
The joke was, I said, the reason you die at the hospital is because of nurses.
Yeah, that's going to do it right there. That's a hard stance.
Well, that was just the setup. That wasn't the punchline.
What's the fucking punch? This joke I do want to hear.
I said the problem is the expert is the doctor, and the expert tells you to come to the hospital, but then the expert only works on you for a few hours, and then they leave you at nurses for like a full week, and you die. That's like bringing a car to a mechanic and saying, hey, could you work on this for 45 minutes and then, let the receptionist fuck around with it for the rest of the time. And, woo! They got real hot over that joke. And then there was a second part where I said, I don't know where the concept of hot nurses came from because I've never seen one. These porno movies have been lying to me.
Yeah, there's, sexy nurse is a popular Halloween costume.
Oh, it's the most popular.
So that might be the time. But also they got to cover up with these scrubs, right?
Yes.
So that kind of hides a lot. It's almost like living in an East Coast state during the winter. Girls always got to cover up, and then summer comes out, and you're like, I don't know, Cammie had fucking double D titties, right?
Yeah.
She's been hiding those suckers because it's been 14 degrees out.
Yeah.
So, but that is well, you're a topical guy too, right? You like to ruffle feathers.
Yeah, nurses, bicyclists. I got really in a lot of shit with the bicyclists.
For real?
Yeah, and they're cocksuckers. I could give two shits. The nurses thing, I was joking around. I know there's a lot of great nurses out there, obviously. Bicyclists, they're all cocksuckers.
I'm Dr. Phil, and I approve this message. I've never met somebody on a bike, well, just in general, but I'm usually driving by them, and I'll usually, I don't like people that bike in the street. It's not for you. You have a bike lane or a sidewalk or just fucking, buy a Nintendo Wii and fucking pretend to do it. Get a Peloton, you fucking bitch. Sorry, I had a fucking Four Loko before we came out here.
The bike lane irritates me.
It does.
Yeah.
Because it's too small or what?
No, I don't ride in one. I just walk. The main gripe of bicyclists is that cars don't treat them with respect and cars don't look out for their safety. And then you step into their version of the street, which is the bike lane, and they act like fucking assholes.
Right.
They can't hit their brakes. They're on their little fucking health mission to save the planet, and they're not using fuel and whatever else. They'll almost run you over. You know what, bicyclists? You're so fucking tough on your bikes. Get into the street with the real men on scooters. You fucking pussies. You fucking pussies. God, I want to see one fly over the handlebars. I really do.
Full America's Funniest Home Video style.
Yeah. Anyway, you say that online, they get mad. So.
Well, I've been online recently, Joe, and a lot of people are looking to make upgrades in their life. I know, like you, we've talked about this pre-show and pre-cum, that there's something to be said about looking out for the better you and making sure that you're always checking in. There's people that have come to me quite often, and especially tonight, with seeking some wisdom, okay? And we took some video submissions, and I'd love if you want to give me a little hand in trying to dissect some of their issues. Do you guys mind if we take a few of these video submission questions live on the Dr. Phil Live Show? Jay, go ahead and hit those lights, and Stephen, play our first fan-submitted question.
Hi, Dr. Phil. My name is Preston, and I have an issue. I've been thinking about for the past few months whether or not to quit my job. The only kicker is my boss is also my father. So I know there is a bit of issues there. How should I go about it? Should I quit my job? And if so, how should I do it? Because I don't want to let him down. But then again, if you say something that offends him in any way, shape, or form, doctor's orders, I must do it.
Okay, so his dad is Willy Wonka. So, sorry, I'm just spitting truth. Oompa loompa doopity doo. But well,
Can I say something? You're a terrible doctor. You really are.
That's your opinion. Joe.
Yeah.
That was a real question from a real guy. Okay,
Yeah.
And nepotism is a real thing. He's working for daddy, but he doesn't want to be locked into the family way of doing things, right? You own your own sandwich shop in New York City.
Yes.
What's it called?
Joey Rose's.
Guys, if you're ever in New York City, stop by Joey Rose's.
174 Rivington Street.
174 Riverton Street?
174 Rivington Street.
Rivington?
Rivington Street. 174 Rivington Street. JoeyRoses.com. 174 Rivington Street.
You got a website.
JoeyRoses.com.
Joe, have you hired family members at your at Joey Rose's at 174
No, I don't
Liverpool?
know anybody. I try not to know anybody that works there. I try to stay out of it.
Oh yeah, so you set up shop and now you stay out of the way.
I try to, yeah.
So if a guy like this is terrified of working for dad, but also needs to milk that family teat, what do you say to a guy like that?
Well, you go up to you go up to your dad and you say, "Listen, I know the cookie orders are behind right now, but there's not enough room in this tree for the two of us.
That's a Keebler Elf joke, and we're going to leave that in.
It took a minute to hit.
Yeah, it was a slow build-up. Only half the crowd was into it, no pun intended. But
it didn't even hit all the way. But the people it hit with really liked it, which is how I do comedy. I really hit with a small percentage of the room.
I do like that he was bearing his soul. It's a tough thing in life to just come out and be yourself. So I appreciate that submission, and hopefully he figures that out. Steven, lights down for me, Jay, and let's take another video question here from the fans.
Dr. Phil, if you were cryogenically frozen for 100 years, what would be the first thing you would do when you became unfrozen? And what would be the first food you ate?
That was terrifying.
You forget that there's just so many different types of people. You ever go to a Walmart past 2 a.m.? You'll see a guy with a ponytail and go, oh yeah, I forgot we have that guy walking around. She was peering through what looked like a Bed Bath & Beyond, or...
Yeah.
So the question was, if you're cryogenically frozen for a year, I think.
Was that what she said?
I don't fucking know, but...
I was too focused on being terrified.
What is it? 100 years, Nick said. If you're frozen for 100 years, I think the final part was, what food would you have, right? So it's almost like, you ever meet somebody that just got out of jail and you're like, I met a guy, they got a...
No.
Okay. I met a guy once, he got out of prison.
Okay.
And I said, what's the first thing you did? He goes, I went to Denny's and I jerked off. And I said, in that order? You know?
Did he jerk off at the Denny's,
Well,
or he
that's
meant afterwards?
That's where the confusion lies,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he said, no, he went to Denny's, got a moons over my hammy, and he said he got aroused, so he went to the bathroom to finish the job.
I mean, yeah, after a prison stint, anything is setting you off, no matter where you are.
Oh,
Yeah.
he just probably saw one of the diner waitresses, you know? Or maybe he saw that rotating pie thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But, so her question was, first of all, was anybody else scared that she had her face covered? Like it was going to be like Phantom of the Opera, like she was going to come out and it was going to be horribly, like an accident happened or something? All right, that didn't hit. The, I don't know, I really was stuck on that. So wait, she said if you were cryogenically frozen...
If you're frozen for 100 years and you got out, but I mean, I would like to, wonder what sort of foods are at your disposal at that point, right? We've probably moved on from Chef Boyardee and Panera at that point.
But she asked, what food would you hate or eat?
Eat. Oh, whose fucking voice was that, by the way? It's a garbage man from Sesame Street. What fucking voice would you fucking hate? Dude, that's Philadelphia, born and raised right there. That guy swallowed a cigar on the Uber pool over here. I'd like your set of pipes, sir. Thanks for coming out. Sir, what's your name? Brian. Brian, what food would you eat if you were frozen for a couple of, 4 decades? A cheesesteak. Pretty popular answer, yeah. Cole, what about you?
I was going to say that. God damn it.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. You're over here doing fucking crowd work. That was my laugh. I was going to say I have the same answer for both questions. Pussy.
That is a great title for your next special. Joe DeRosa, that was my laugh. All right, we got one more submission. Let's take a peek. Steven, hit that video. Jay, drop those.
Hey, what up, Dr. Phil? We're going to see you Friday the 25th in Philadelphia. Me and my girlfriend / ex-wife.
Oh, shit.
She thinks we got some issues. She thinks I drink too much. Got a little crown. She thinks I smoke too much.
You do.
Got a couple pounds of some good right here. But I'm sure you know how it is. Looking for some advice. We've been together for probably over 15 years. Got divorced a while ago, got back together. And yeah, just looking for some advice, brother. Glad to see you. We're traveling from Ohio. About an 8-hour drive or so. But we just seen your buddy Adam Ray in Columbus a while ago. Got to meet him. He's a good guy. And can't wait to see you, brother. Peace, man.
All right, so.
Got some more good growing too.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I fucking love this guy. Is this guy here? Hey, turn the lights on. Is this guy? Oh, shit, here he is right here. Holy fucking shit. My man. I see you. I see you and I feel you. You got some of that good in the car for me? You got some on you right now? Fucking toss it up, Playboy. I can catch. I played Little League. You almost hit Cole's luscious locks. Thanks, brother. God bless you, sir. What's your first name again? Walt? Let's go, Walt. And Walt, you're here with your ex? Right to your left. What's your name, sweetheart? Laziz? What the fuck did you call me? Laziza? Aziza. Not any better. Aziza. Well, what is that? Is that Portuguese? What is that? It's Hebrew. I love it. And so, Aziza, you and Walt met. So you're separated. You're divorced.
Boy. First of all, I can't believe he didn't die on the drive here after that video. First of all. Second of all, you're going to smoke that? You will die this evening. I don't
part
know.
of me, yeah. I mean, look, I'm more of an edible guy, but I like to puff, give from time to time. I'd love to turn on like Family Feud YouTube compilations because I love Family Feud because Steve Harvey will always be like, Teresa, name one thing you might drop in the toilet.
Racist voice number 3. Jesus Christ, dude. What is the matter with you? Stop doing it. This is all going very well for you. Don't ruin it.
No, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Doug was laughing. We're fine.
By the way, did anybody else think that was Bam Margera for the first 3 minutes of the video?
Aziza, Walt, I appreciate you guys coming out. So what a cool thing to get divorced and then still maintain a friendship. You got kiddos involved or just the family farm? Walt, go ahead. Two dogs or daughters? Dogs. And what are the dogs' names?
And
Cheech,
what?
Cheech and Remington. Yeah, boy, between Aziza and Remington, I mean, fuck. It's what about Toby or Scott? Now, I love that. Aziza, okay, so what did Walt do or not do that maybe contributed to the split up? There was a drug phase, okay.
A phase? He's got 2 crops on your fucking 3-foot wide porch. It's not a phase. He's a fucking addict. That's like saying gay is a phase. It's not.
Oh man. Well, you got
Aziza, by the way, is mouthing the words "help me" right now.
You guys were married for how long, Aziza, before you split? 6 years. That's enough to kind of figure it out and figure out if it's not, right? There's a better way for me to say that, but yeah, you. So okay, so now but you still keep it friendly. I dig that, yeah. And you're gonna be. Did you drive here tonight together? Is there a post-show plan, or do you guys you live separately, or you live together? Oh shit! Now how does that work, Aziza? If you're trying to bring home some strange. Maybe you're out at McGillicuddy's and you're having a couple rum and cokes, and you meet a guy, right? Let's say you meet Cole, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come back to my place and have a threesome with a fat ass?" Do you have to go somewhere else, or do you?
I have a feeling he has no problem with it whatsoever. This is a guy going, "Hey, the more the merrier, am I right? Bring him on in."
I love that. Well, it's nice to have a spicy give and take, Walt, Aziza, what do you do if Walt grows weed? You're a nurse?
I mean, there you go. There you go. Please clip this and send it to every nurse that sent me hate mail. Please.
Joe DeRosa, ladies and gentlemen, let him hear it.
Thank you, Philly.
Joe,
Phil.
before I let you go, Joe, there's been a lot said tonight. There's been a lot that we've seen and a lot that we've heard. But, I know that we started off discussing your feistiness on the internet, okay? And these clips causing you a disruption in your day-to-day. There's somebody out there that actually has a real problem with you, okay? There's been a Twitter beef, a Facebook war, and even some YouTube comments that were not in your favor. And that person has traveled here tonight. They're actually from your childhood. They're from here, right in Philadelphia. You grew up in Northeast, right? This
Yes.
guy's from Philadelphia proper, and he from your childhood, and he's got
Really?
Yep, and he's got a gripe to pick with you. And
Are you serious right
Yep.
now?
And we sent him a card, and he's here right now, and he is coming to settle the score, and he's coming out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your final guest on the Dr. Phil Live Show? I'm gonna need a little more support from the fucking Miller Theater here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, here to face Joe DeRosa once and for all. Give it up for Rocky!
Oh my God. That dressed up as Rocky?
Look at that fucking chest. What's up, Rock?
Joey Roses. You're gonna be pushing up daisies tonight. You ever been in front of a real man before?
I saw your mother earlier today.
How mother was she?
How what? I can't understand a word you're saying.
How mother was she?
How mother was she?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's what you comedians do with the jokes and stuff, right?
He's a fucking idiot. Why is he here?
You look like you work at the lens crafters on Sesame Street.
Funny. We'll keep it in. Funny.
Hey, fuck you too. What is your problem with me?
I went to your sandwich.
Don't touch me.
Okay? I went to your sandwich shop.
Yes.
And you didn't have a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah. You don't have enough fucking Philly cheesesteaks surrounding you in your neighborhood where you live? You need them up in New York too?
Us Philadelphians, we need them everywhere, don't we?
Yeah. That's interesting. But the shop's in New York, and we only sold cold sandwiches, so we don't have a cheesesteak. Can you wrap your fucking head around that, you idiot? You want a cold cheesesteak, you fucking moron? The fuck is wrong with you? How did you...
Joe.
No, fuck you. Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking... This guy's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot.
Well, he's been knocked in the head a few times.
Yeah, no shit.
What?
He wasn't too bright before the punches either.
You take that back.
Rocky, I got to quit. What's up with your mouth?
He's got brain damage.
He's got CTE and HPV.
Yeah. I think I have BET as well.
We'll leave it in. Now, Rocky, you came here tonight because you got some buttons to push, particularly with Joe DeRosa.
Yeah, and there's more.
Then the sandwich grab?
Yeah.
What else are you
I
perturbed?
went there and they had no Oreo McFlurries.
So I think what he said was there's no Oreo McFlurries at your sandwich shop.
Why would we have McFlurries when we're not a McDonald's, you McFucking moron?
Because the customer's always right.
You come from a no-good fucking family, and you're a no-good piece of shit, and you were a no good fucking boxer. What do you think of that?
You take the Balboa name out of your mouth, and I think we should square up right here in Philadelphia right now, right here. What do you say?
You guys want to see Joe DeRosa and Rocky fight face to face right now? Norman, bring out the boxing gloves, player.
All right.
Holy shit.
In this corner, we have 57 and 13 overall from the movies Rocky 1 through 6 and Creed. He won 4 out of his 6 fights. He stands at 5'11", 177, pounds. His nibbles are hard. His confidence is high. He was also in the movie Stop or My Mom Will Shoot with Estelle Getty. And he's got some scar on his back that looks like from some surgery. Well, I've never seen that in all our years of friendship.
Rocky had cancer a few years back, but beat it!
In this corner, all the way from 174 Liver Spotted Street, Joey Rosa's up in New York City from the northeast side of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, standing at 5'11", 192 pounds, give or take. This gentleman is one of the funniest comics on the planet. He just opened for Shane Gillis at the Wells Fargo Arena here in Philadelphia just a little bit ago. He is a living legend. He's got a podcast with Sal Volcano called Taste Buds. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Joe DeRosa. Gentlemen, we want a fair fight. The first one to 15 punches on their subway stamp card wins. You will fight, you will fight. We've got red versus blue. I don't see color, but this is a fight of champions. Here, the first time, Rocky versus Joe DeRosa at the Miller Theater. Are you ready? Any fighting words, Joe DeRosa?
Only 3 of your movies were good, and Creed 3 was better without you.
Rocky, anything you want to say to Joe DeRosa?
I'm glad the nerd left his glasses at home for this fight.
Are we ready? Oh, Steven, hit me with that fighting music. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This is more real than I thought it was going to be.
All right, that's enough, Rocky.
Rocky is the winner.
But you beat up my guest. That's fucking bullshit. I told you 1-2 punch and then leave him alone. You went overtime. You went overkill. You disrespected my friend, 174 Liverpool Street. And stay down. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. But I'm not sorry you guys had to feel that.